So we have all seen cases that look like this on the side or on the front or the top or wherever, and it looks like there is plenty of room for ventilation here until you look on the back side of the panel and you find a really restrictive dust filter of some kind. So today I want to explore in some cases, and keep in mind this particular case I'm looking at, the HYTE Revolt 3, a little bit of an extreme example, but some cases you can find that you're going to get a lot better thermal performance from your system by getting rid of these dust filters altogether. So let's take a look at a real use case scenario for getting rid of these types of dust filters. Now, I mentioned in the intro that this particular case I'm talking about today, the HYTE Revolt 3, is a bit of a unique case in that there's a dust filter pretty much on every single side of this system except on the bottom, which is where all the I/O is. So on the left, right, front, back, and top, this system has a dust filter on every single part. But the good news with that is that means there's intake or outtake, depending on how you have your fans configured, on every single side of this system. The other piece of good news is you actually have some really nice sized holes in all of these side panels, the top panel, front and back panels. The downside, of course, being that the dust filters get in the way of that. Now, fortunately, this particular case allows me to remove every single one of those dust filters. Most of them just slide into the side panels. A couple of them require that you take a couple of screws out, but for the most part, it's very simple to get rid of the dust filters and get yourself down to an actually well-ventilated case. Now, before I talk about the actual methodology, which is going to be really simple, and you could probably guess it on your own, but I do want to talk briefly about why you might want to get rid of all of the dust filters, or at least some of the dust filters in your system. Maybe you have a setup like my own, where just off to my side here is my main PC, and it's a good 2-3 feet off the ground. It's sitting on top of a set of drawers. It's well off the ground and away from any sort of major sources of dust, pet fur, whatever. If you have your case in a location where it's not constantly intaking a ton of dust, it may be a lot easier for you to just occasionally dust out your system than it is to have the airflow constantly restricted by having these, well, highly restrictive dust filters in place all the time. So the methodology of testing is really simple. I have this system that's a Ryzen 5600 paired with an RTX 3050, which, by the way, not exactly a high-end GPU here, and I'm mainly focused on the GPU because it's, generally speaking, the part of this case that I just can't do much to help airflow because there's no fan mounts to just force feed air into the GPU compartment. So we're really focused on the GPU, which is why I'm just using Heaven Benchmark. First, I started with Heaven Benchmark and just running the test until the GPU got to kind of a steady state where I hit a maximum sustained temperature. Then I went about removing all of the dust filters from this PC. The left, right, top, the front, the back, all the dust filters were removed. And then I just let the PC keep running that same Heaven Benchmark test to see where the new steady state temperature was. So now we've been going for about, actually right at the 30-minute mark there. The filter swap was somewhere in the middle. Now I wanted to note here the GPU temperature. I actually have a better look at it over here. The graph shows us that we're kind of at a steady state of about 67 degrees Celsius. The core speed is still in that 1830, 1860 range. However, what I want you to note is the maximum that we've seen was 73.2 degrees Celsius, and that was back when I had the fan filters all in the system. So removing all of the fan filters lowers the temperature between 4 and 5 degrees Celsius. And keep this in mind, we're talking about an RTX 3050. This isn't exactly a high-end, super hot card, so this may actually have a bigger effect on bigger GPUs that might have multiple fans going. Also wanted to point out here that the actual CPU die is down significantly as well. We're kind of at a steady state now of about 61, 62 degrees Celsius for the CPU die, where we maxed out with the fan filters at 68.3. So all this to say, this seems to have a big effect on the internal cooling of both the CPU and the GPU here. Now the CPU, the 5600, the Ryzen 5600 is being cooled by a Wraith Stealth cooler. So very underwhelming. Now it does have a couple of 120mm fans blowing straight down on it, so removing that fan filter allows those two 120mm fans to then blow fresh air across onto that Wraith Stealth cooler. But this is an easy way to increase cooling by quite a bit. So this is really cool to see a small case that can actually handle hardware and cooling the hardware fairly well, with that asterisk, once you remove those fan filters. So here's the thing about this testing. Every single use case is a little different. Now, I saw some really nice gains in temperature performance, not just on the GPU, but also on the CPU for just running Heaven Benchmark and then removing the dust filters for this particular case. But every single chassis is going to be a little bit different. Everyone's use case is going to be different. And for that matter, the necessity of having dust filters in place is going to be different for everyone. It depends where your PC is. Is it off the ground? Is it on the ground? Do you have pets? Do you have a ton of dust kicking around your environment? Is your PC running into thermal throttling issues with the dust filters that necessitates you to actually remove them and get better airflow? Everyone's circumstance is going to be different. But the big takeaway from this is if you have a case that you're having some issues with thermals with, check those dust filters. It might be that they're just completely plugged up and they just need cleaned. In which case, clean your dust filters more often and your problem is solved. Or it might be a case where you don't actually have that much dust around and the airflow that's being limited by these filters is actually causing you a net negative and not really helping you, which is the whole point of the dust filter. If it's costing you thermals by having it, then get rid of it and just make sure to, open your PC up once in a while and make sure it's not caked in dust and get it cleaned out. So with that in mind, let me know in the comments down below. I'm very curious. What cases are out there that you find do very, very well with their dust filters? That is a case that not only has good airflow, but also has good dust control. Let me know in those comments down below. Otherwise, toss a like, share, subscribe. All those things are very helpful for the channel. And I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from the channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you all in the next video.